Well lads, how you all doing and welcome back to the Boosh channel. Ladies and gentlemen, there are three places where a criminal goes to pay their debts, after doing a horrible crime or, robbing someone, and they either go to prison, hell, or customer service jobs. And ladies and gentlemen, I've unfortunately worked in customer service, and a lot like a lot of my viewers who watch me, you're either probably working in customer service yourself right now, you've worked in customer service, or maybe you're one of the lucky people who have never had the pleasure of working with the public in your life. I mean, listen, all I have to say to you is, congrats, man. Yeah. Really, congrats, yeah. Yeah, I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous. Anyways, listen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Boosh channel. As I said, my name is Bosh. What we're going to be discussing today is about customer service jobs. And for any of you that don't know, I've recently, unfortunately, had to be working a customer service job just so I can get my money up. Not my funny up, of course, but just to make a little bit of money here and there, along with all the stuff that I want to do. Because I realized back in October, leaving my other customer service job, that, crap, I need more money. No, we're back in the industry. We're back in the old customer service stuff. I only started back there 2 weeks ago. So this is my second time working with customer service. So you know what I'm about to tell you is going to be 100% correct. And you know what I'm about to say is going to be something that you might be able to relate to yourself. And I'm going to put it like this. Customer service jobs are sometimes hell. I don't know what it is. It's just working with the public, I think, is probably one of the worst things ever, that you can imagine. Like, you get customers that you encounter that you see. Actually, let me retract that back, right? Whenever you are out looking on YouTube, looking on TikTok, and you hear stories about customers being this way or that way, like a customer being so stupid about, you would think to yourself, there's no way that someone's like this, there's just no way, because it's so blatantly obvious that this is how it's meant to be. And that's exactly what you think, right? You would think that there's no way that there's an actual human out there that is that stupid, that full of themselves, that up their own ass and uptight until you enter customer service. And let me tell you, I've only started working this job for 2 weeks, right? This new job, I work in a phone shop for 2 weeks. And I'm already experiencing bullshit. I'm already experiencing shit from customers who have I'm only there 2 weeks, and yes, I'm learning, but even I know it's common sense. Even I know what you've done is not my fault, it's not my problem, and it's something you've done, right? Let me retract this back even a little bit more, ladies and gentlemen. I used to work in a shop for the first 3 years of my second job, right? First job was in the kitchen, so that's not customer service, but I used to work in a shop, and I met all kinds of idiots, all kinds of annoying, angry people who just came in, who had tiny, tiny brains, who just would not refuse no for an answer. And, I mean, it sucks, right? Let me just tell you, right? I've had customers come in who say they buy something, right? I've had a customer come in who's bought something, has come up to me and says, hello, hello, blah, 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 blah. All the, this kind of stuff. Just like, oh, hello, how are you? And I'm like, oh, how are you doing? How may I help you, right? And they come up to me, they're like, right, I bought this one thing, but I didn't want to buy it. I meant to buy the other thing. I'm like, right, that's not that big of a deal, right? That's not that big of a deal. We can just swap it around. If it's the same price as the other thing, completely fine. But then it's like the customer who'll want to return the thing that they're coming in with, either doesn't bring a receipt, has probably eaten half of it, but it's still demanding money back, It just makes no fucking sense, right? And even working in the phone shop job, I had this guy come in, and basically we must have been half an hour before closing. This guy comes walking on in, right? Walking on in, pissed off, right? I meet him at the door. I'm like, hello, sir, how may I help you? He hits me. You know what he hits me with? I'm not sure if you fucking can. I'm not sure if you can. And I was like, oh, he's one of these guys. Okay. He's one of these guys. So he came, and I was like, oh, right, so, okay, why, what's the problem, right? He basically said, right, that he came in, and he was he got charged €900 on his phone bill, right, for over 3 months, right? And my first thoughts were, holy shit, that's a lot, right? But then my second thought was, wait, over 3 months. So he noticed this. He noticed this in the first month and the second month, and thought, you know what? maybe it might change in the third month. You know, I'm not gonna say nothing until 3 months after I notice, right? So I mean, now you could say, oh, but she might have not noticed until the third month. But he literally said to me that in the first month he was charged 300, second month he was charged 300, and then the third time, that's when I'm gonna start coming in, right? So I was obviously like, right, okay. So clearly 900 is a bit crazy, right? But we can check why you were charged so much, right? So he was fuming. He says, no, I don't even make that much calls. I don't do this. I don't do this. So obviously we had to check why the hell he was being charged so much. And what had happened was, right, he's under a contract with us, right? So he's under like a 12-month contract with our phones and like stuff like that. And we have this thing, it's called international minutes. International minutes means that it's any calls outside of the Republic of Ireland. So that would be to Northern Ireland or anywhere else, you know what I mean? And you only get 200, and on his plan that he had 200 minutes, right? So he could only call outside of the Republic of Ireland for 200 minutes. Do you want to know how many calls he was making? Just take a wild guess. How many international calls do you think this guy was making over, bear in mind, this is over the span of 1 month, never mind 3. So how much calls do you think he was making? You might think maybe 500 minutes, 700 minutes, maybe 1,000 minutes. No. Like 4,000 minutes. 4,000 fucking minutes. Who are you calling for that long? Like, I'm Googling this. How much is 4,000 minutes in hours? Right? 4,000 minutes in hours is 66 hours. A month on calls outside of the Republic of Ireland. This guy lives in the Republic of Ireland. He works in the Republic of Ireland. Why the fuck are you spending 66 hours calling outside of the fucking call? Who are you calling? Who the fuck are you calling? Right? So anyways, that's what he was doing. So we said, oh, blah, blah, blah. This is how much calls you've been doing, right? And we even showed him you made this many calls, and every time you've basically went over your 200 minutes, it's been charged every minute, right? So you've been getting charged for every minute over that you've been calling, and clearly it's a lot. It's 3,800 minutes over what he was calling, so it's clearly a fuck ton. So we basically says that's more or less why you've been charged. And then he says, well, what are you just going to do about this? You know, what? It's not my fault. You know, more or less he came in and says, that's not on. That's not on there. I shouldn't be charged that much. That's not on. And I'm just standing there, I'm like, well, it says here that that's how much you did. That's how much you called. I can't just go into the safe in the back and say, you know what? You're right. You might have went over your amount that we let you for. You went over your amount that we allowed you. I would say maybe 80 times. But it's fine. I'll go into the back, into the safe, and I'll grab 800 fucking smackaroos, and I'll give them right back to you. And we'll be down the minutes. We'll be down money. Just because we'll make you feel better. No! Go fuck yourself. What do you want about? Are you stupid? He came in here knowing that he spent 900 euro. We told him why he spent 900 euro. It wasn't our fault. And he's here to give out and say, actually, no, yes, I did that, but that's not my problem. That's not my fault. Fuck you, more or less, right? So, now I'm a bit confused because I don't know what else he wants me to do, right? So, we mentioned to him, oh, well, actually, to prevent this in the future, we can give you more minutes to call outside of the Republic, because clearly that's the issue. He's blowing over his minutes. So we says, right, well, we can add a bolt-on, which is €8 extra a month, so on top of his bill, which is €45, so he's then spending 53 euro a month, right? But he's allowed to get unlimited international, right? So instead of spending 300 euro more to use the same amount of hours, he's now getting given the same amount of hours, but for €8 on top. So he's saving himself 292 euro, right? He says to me, no, I don't want it. Nope, you're just going to charge me again? Just going to charge me again? So then I'm confused, right? We're trying to help him. We're trying to stop him from spending 300 euro a month. But he didn't want to spend €8 more. So now what's going to happen? He was pissed off. He stormed out. He was like, yeah, thanks for the help, right? And he just left me and my colleagues fucking stunned. We're just standing there. We're like, what the hell just happened? What just happened? So he's went out and he fucked off. We tried to help him. He didn't want the help. So what's going to happen now is he's going to continue to call this amount of time, spend an extra €300, and I can't. We try to help him. You know, I try to help him, but no, he just wants, you know, I'm telling you right now, right? Drowning people, like there's people who want to drown, right? You can't help the people who want to drown, right? That's just how it is. And I mean, listen, he's out of my hands at this point. He can go call corporate for all I give a fuck about, right? I just don't understand, like, why some people are like that. And it's not even just in this job as well. I've had customers throw fits over the smallest things. Customers specifically who go up to your, like, say if you go up to your till, right? Whenever I was working in a shop, right? In a supermarket, people go up to your tills and they're like, say if they ask how much something is, and you're like, yeah, oh, it's this amount. And they're like, oh, that's expensive. This place is so expensive. Oh, that's far too much. And then they like kind of give out to you about the prices as to what it is, and you're just like, they just kind of think that you must go into the back and just start manipulating the prices. You start making a bunch of fucking figures up, like you're the one that wants all this money. It's like, there's nothing. I just can't I can't stand it. And then even taking calls for customers online. This is a big thing, by the way, right? Customers who are on the phone to you because they can't see you, you can't see them. They have that kind of anonymity, right? Where basically you don't know who they are, they don't know who you are, so they think they can get away with saying shit to you, right? So the customers feel more motivated to be a massive dickhead to you over the phone because you're not in front of them. And I've experienced that myself, where customers will call up asking for something, pissed off about something, and they'll give out to you like it's you that's doing it, right? They fucked up on their end, but it's your fucking fault. It's your fault. How dare you? How dare you do something that I did myself? But you're the little rapscallion who did it. You're the little rapscallion who did it. But yeah, if I was using this video to rant about the experience I had the other day, so don't mind that. But listen, I'm gonna make another video now again next Sunday at 9 p.m. Irish Standard Time UK. So if you want to stick around for these videos, please do like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I'm near 300 subs, so you know, if you just give me a little cheeky sub there. But listen, my name is Boosh, Bosh, whatever the hell you want to call me. Thank you very much, and bye bye.